Welcome, everyone. We're here in the Jumpstart studio with Jessie Tomasco. Welcome. Thanks for being with us. And tell us a little bit about Homestead Luminary. How did you get this started?
So about a year ago, almost to the day, I started making these as a gift that turned into kind of a bigger project. And then, honestly, a friend came to the house, saw this one particularly, loved it, and asked if she could buy one. And it turned into something where I started selling them.
Now, you described the laser cutter that you used to make the elements that go together here to make this, and that is not something that travels.
No.
Obviously, you did not bring that to the studio today, but how did you decide, at what point do you say, I'm going to get this equipment? How did you make this before you had it, or which came first?
So I started out at the tech shop, which is a makerspace. They had the equipment there. I took classes, learned how to use it, and learned how to use Illustrator, which is a software program that turned my drawings into a computer readable program, and then I could cut it on the laser. So these all started out as a single sheet of wood, like plywood, and they were cut and then hand assembled. So
You could demonstrate assembly right here. Should
Absolutely.
we move this here so that we can see?
yeah,
Kelsey,
so
we can get that there.
these
All right.
a small version of the same thing.
Sure.
But the pieces just slot together like that, and then they fold over and nest on top.
And tell me about your first sale. There was the first sale. How did
Yeah.
this go? Was it a friend or somebody said, these are beautiful, this is incredible? Obviously, you have the electronic candle there that goes in. And if we had all the lights off in here, we could see they probably are even more impressive when the lights are a little dimmer than they are here in the studio.
Yeah, they're pretty on their own, but they light up all the way to the top on these and all the way through all of the sides. And if it's dark enough, they cast a shadow.
Sure. And tell me about the first sale. Somebody said, this is awesome, I have to have this, and how did that go?
My friend Celine, she came over. We were, I think, just having dinner, and she thought she was looking for a handmade gift for her mom and I think her sister-in-law. And she asked if she could have something like this, and then something with the same design but a different shape. So that's how this design
I'll put it front and center there. Set it
happened.
right here.
And these all lift right off of the base.
Okay. This was a custom design inspired by somebody saying, this is what I like.
Yeah.
And, all right. The real, certainly very artistic, very creative, and the art is created, you said, on the computer in this Illustrator program. How does that work?
Okay, so some of these are hand-drawn, and then they're scanned, literally an old-school scanner.
Scanned in from a sketch on a piece of paper. Okay.
Yeah, so they're scanned in. I vectorize the files, and then I'm able to lay them out on the boards. That's all done on the computer. And then it's almost as easy as sending it to print. There's a little bit more, but just like you would print a piece of paper, only instead it's a laser beam that is cutting out the shapes and etching.
And tell me about this machine a bit. How much space at home does this? Tell me about the production process. How does this work?
The machine that I'm working on now that I have at home is probably a little bit smaller than this table.
Okay.
So it's a big thing. I have a proper ventilation system for it, all sorts of
This isn't
safety.
in the garage or the basement, or this is,
No, we have a studio in the attic.
Studio in
yeah.
the attic. All right, very
So-
cool. Tell me about this tech shop, and educate us a little more on how this came together, this marketplace that you're participating in, and that you have a shop, and people can come in and buy from you right there at the shop.
Well, the tech shop, it's called a shop more like a machine shop. So
Okay.
it was a place that has a bunch of tools that you could come and use.
I see.
So there were classes and equipment. You reserve the equipment, like I reserved the laser cutter. And then once Homestead Luminary became something that I was doing more full-time, I bought my own equipment.
Okay.
I am at a couple shops in the city. I don't have my own shop right now, but
Okay.
I'm at Songbird Artistry, which is a wonderful little shop over by the Children's Museum.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very good, very good. And online, on Etsy, or people can find you. How do they find you there?
Etsy, it's homesteadluminary.etsy.com. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, very good. And what do you see as the future plan? What do you see? Where do you see this going? Where would you like it to go? Certainly, this is very creative and very cool. And where would you like it to go?
I would love to start doing wedding favors or centerpieces, maybe be in restaurants for their table lighting. You see a lot of the salt rock candles and that kind of stuff. So why not a luminary?
Absolutely.
Maybe doing more custom work. I do custom signage for people's businesses. I do custom lamps if somebody has maybe a pet or a picture that they really love. I can etch it or cut it for them to have a customized gift.
It could be with a wire and a bulb inside,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's so it could be larger. I mean, you suppose the sky's the limit as to how big you can make these?
Right now, what I'm working on, I do have a limited, it's a 24 by 24 bed. So the biggest panel I can cut is 24 inches wide.
Oh, still, though, that's pretty
Yeah.
substantial. All right.
So these are little babies. This one's 7 inches tall.
Is there a safety advice you might give? Don't put a real candle in it?
No, no,
So
it'd be
that
a
would
one-time
be a
use
good tip?
thing. Yeah.
And then obviously the results would not be good, or it could have a negative impact
Yeah.
on the household.
Yeah, that's why they all come with their own little LED light. I like to
Important-
provide a light
important
and
to
just to let
point
people
out,
know.
sure.
So that way they don't have to buy their own candle.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, thank you for coming
Thank
in and
you.
being with us and sharing. Fantastic. Jesse Tomasco here, our guest in the studio, and thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.